Hello and welcome to another studio vlog. If this is your first time here, my name is Heather. I'm the owner of Charming Chapters, which we create a bunch of fun, colorful, cute, quirky, bookish items for all of you readers out there. And it's gonna be another busy week in the studio. We need to make some book sleeves today for some orders that have come in over the weekend. It's now Tuesday. Yesterday, I spent the day working on new designs for our upcoming spring collection, which is Enchanted Garden theme. We have new book sleeves, bookmarks, stationery, charms, all kinds of fun things on the way. So I'm gonna work on getting all that stuff ordered this week. And that collection is gonna release on Thursday, May 22nd at noon Central Standard Time. So yeah, it's gonna be a great week. We've got lots of things to do and we better get started. Just a quick update. If you watched our last studio vlog, I mentioned we were going to do some rummage sailing over the weekend, and I found a giant stack of like new books that we're gonna use for blind date with the book. So I don't know if we'll get to those this week, but if not, hopefully next week we'll get those added to the website. I love doing blind date with the books and you guys seem to love them too. So we're gonna be working on those as well. But first we're gonna start off with the book sleeves for the orders that came in over the weekend. We are going to cut some foam, we're gonna cut some fabric, get everything clipped together, and then get all those sewn. Alright friends, now all of the sleeves are prepped and ready to go. I just had a quick bite to eat with my husband while he was home for lunch. So now we are going to get to sewing all of these sleeves. Today we are going to be starting one of my all-time favorite book series. Yesterday was the 10-year anniversary for A Court of Thorns and Roses, and it just got me in the mood to listen to it again. I absolutely love the graphic audio version. It has a full cast of characters if you haven't listened to any of their books before. It's got like sound effects, music, different things like that. So it's like a, as they say, graphic audio's quote is, it's a movie in your mind. If you haven't read it before, I highly recommend it. Sometimes people struggle with the first book. I honestly did. I almost didn't finish it, but I'm so glad I did. The second book is my all-time favorite book. So we're going to be listening to this today while we sew. All right, friends, now that those are all sewn, we are gonna iron them real quick and then we'll package up all of the orders. Just had another order come in with a book sleeve, and it's a book sleeve that I already had made up, so we'll have one more order to pack up. All right, friends, that is it for today. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit of a shorter day. I have a chiropractor appointment in the morning and then need to run a few errands while I'm in town and also drop off all of these orders so we can get those to you guys. Tomorrow, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. We might start working on some charms for the author that has done the wholesale order. We might start working on those. We might start cutting fabric for her book sleeves. we'll just see what the day brings. I also need to finish designs for the Enchanted Garden collection. I think I'm going to work on those a little bit this evening and hopefully get those done and everything ordered. So, but yeah, we'll see you tomorrow once I get back home after all of the appointments. Hello everybody, we are back in the studio today. It is almost 1 o'clock. I ended up running all my errands this morning, picked up a few things while I was in town. Right now, Luna is running around all crazy. She is full of energy after napping all morning. So if you hear her running around, I'm sorry. Today, we're gonna work on charms for a little bit, the custom charms for an author. I'll share all her details once I start showing, you know, all the process and stuff. I might even do a separate video of the charms and the book sleeves. That way you guys can see all of her amazing work and follow her on socials if you'd like. So we're just gonna start prepping everything right now. I don't know how long we'll work on it today. I do need to finish up designs for the Enchanted Garden collection. I didn't quite get everything finished last night, and I really need to get stuff ordered today. So we're gonna work on charms for a bit and then work on designs. If we have more time, then we'll come back and finish the charms. All right, friends, it's about 2:30 now, and that's gonna be it for today. I am gonna go try to finish up all of the designs that I still need to do for the Enchanted Garden collection and get everything ordered today. That way everything makes it in time for the collection. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think we are going to start on the book sleeves for the author, as well as maybe work on the charms some more. We'll see. But yeah, definitely the book sleeves for sure. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello everybody, it is now Thursday. I apologize if it's a little bit dark in here. We've got all the windows and blinds closed. Oh, Luna just came running in here. We've got all the windows and blinds closed just to help keep it cool in the house. We don't have any air conditioning, and it's supposed to be 85 today, which is a little warm for North Dakota. And this weekend it's supposed to be over 90, so we're just gonna try and keep it as cool as we can in here over the next few days. Next weekend, I'm gonna go out of town, and my mom has a window air conditioner for us, so that'll be really nice. But yeah, this morning I spent a few hours just finalizing everything for the Enchanted Garden collection. So we officially have new book sleeves, new stickers, regular bookmarks, acrylic bookmarks, some Kindle charms. I think that is it. Oh, and stationery. We've got new notepads and sticky notes coming too. So kind of the usual items. There's 3 main prints. There is just the overall Enchanted Garden design, and that one's got a little frog as the main character. There's also a fairy themed, you know, like the little garden sprite fairies. And then also a butterfly theme. So they all tie together, all the same color palette, but just a little bit different for people who have different tastes. So I think it's gonna be really fun. Today we are going to be working on finishing up those charms that we started on yesterday. I also have a couple new charms that I have here that we're gonna make up for the collection. One of them I had to order in. A couple of these other ones I already had on hand. I kind of planned ahead on those. So we're gonna get those ready, and then we might start cutting fabric too for the book sleeves for the author. That way tomorrow we can work on sewing some of those. So it's gonna be another busy day, so we better get started. All right, so I thought I'd show you 2 of the new charms. So first up we have this little mushroom. How cute is that? Absolutely love it. It's kind of like a clay kind of material. So we've got that little guy. And then we've got a little butterfly. It's got like clear rhinestones in it. I thought that was just a little, you know, something cute, small, pretty. And then this one we're gonna be restocking. We had this one last year or 2 years ago in our spring collection. So this one I'll be making a comeback. And then there's one other new charm that's on the way. That I'll show you a design on the computer here real quick. Sorry, kind of a weird glare right now just with the lighting. But here's gonna be our other charm. Isn't he cute? Absolutely love the little frog. So he's kind of the main character in a lot of the Enchanted Garden stuff. So there's going to be a charm bookmark, acrylic bookmark, sticker. He's on some stationery. So he's kind of our main character this round. And usually in each collection I try and do a new character, just that kind of fits with the theme. So we haven't had a frog before, and I thought he was super cute. So here he is. We'll probably have to do a contest to name him. Usually when we add new characters, we do a contest to pick out a name. So might have to do that here. All right, now that we're done with charms, I'm just gonna clean up everything here real quick, and then we'll start cutting some fabric and some foam for those book sleeves.
Alright friends, that's going to be it for today. Tomorrow we are going to finish cutting the fabric and we are going to clip together all of the book sleeves and possibly start sewing tomorrow. We'll see how much time we have. Tonight I'm going to work on last week's studio vlog, so hopefully I can get that posted for you guys tomorrow. But that's it for today. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Hello everybody, happy Friday. It is the afternoon this morning. Luna and I, speaking of Luna, here she comes every time I start talking. This morning we spent a couple hours finishing up last week's studio vlog, so that is now live. And the rest of today we are going to finish cutting all the fabric for those book sleeves that we started on yesterday. And we had a couple orders come in for book sleeves too. So if we have time, we're going to do a little bit of sewing. If not, we'll do that first thing on Monday when we're back in the studio. So let's finish up these book sleeves and hopefully get a little bit of sewing in today.
right, now that we have the 2 sleeves done that we need to do today, we are gonna get those steamed real quick, and then we'll pack up the orders. That way I can take them to town with me tomorrow and get those on their way. Friends, that's it for today, and that's also the end of this week's studio vlog. Next week we are going to be finishing up those book sleeves and getting those sent out. We're also going to be prepping for our big launch of the Enchanted Garden collection, so I hope you'll join us next week too. If you've enjoyed this kind of content, I hope you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye for now.